Hey, here I am live at 4 o'clock, and I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden I went, oh my stars, I don't have the National Day calendar in front of me. So I'm going to go and grab it real quick. You just hang on. Okay, let's see. All right, here we are. Today, oh my goodness, it's going crazy. All right. La, 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 I'll be right with you. Oh, God, pop ups. Where do those pop up ads come from? Dag nabbit. Urgh. Okay, goodness sakes. I don't want me to know what today is. Today is National Rubber Ducky Day. I sure wish I had a rubber ducky because, well, actually, I don't wish I'd have a rubber ducky because I don't have tubbies to take a rubber ducky with. I'm a shower girl. It's National Sticker Day. Well, I know a lot of kids love stickers. I know that Tristan loves stickers, and I send them to him all the time. And grown-ups like stickers. And I've got a special kind of sticker that I like, and that is the Post-it. I am the queen of Post-its. Now, who knows? There's probably a National Post-it Day, but Sticker Day will be Post-it Day for me. It is Korean American Day. It is Stephen Foster Memorial Day. And it is National Peach Melba Day. Ooh, that sounds delicious. But I'm not going to be making a peach Melba either because I lost you completely. I don't know where you went. Hold on. I know the camera's still on, so I know you're out there somewhere. Oh my stars, I can't find you. Good heavens to Murgatroyd. Hang on. That's what I get for popping off. Oh, here you are. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, no, I won't be doing peach melba. I'm going to do a blueberry pie square because I don't have any peaches, but I do have blueberries and I have blueberries that need to be cooked today. Also, I didn't get to make the bread with Tristan yesterday. They were overwhelmed with things they had to get done. So we didn't do it. So we're going to do that as soon as we're done. So I'm going to be very much on time today because I've got to go make bread with Tristan. I'm sure they'll understand if I'm a few minutes late because you know how sometimes I take those little side trips. So let's breathe. I want to ask you to take a minute with me. And, when somebody sees this 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, it won't mean anything. But for right now, we are at a pivotal point in our government where they are now, it's 4 o'clock, they are taking the vote on the second impeachment. So let's take a minute and become very calm and breathe and relax. And no matter what the fears, the doubts, the anxiety, we have to know not by power nor by might, but by my spirit, saith the Lord. And we affirm that God is in charge of this ultimately. And let us be open and receptive to our good. Let us be open and receptive to what is ours to do. Our job is not over regardless of the outcome. Our job is to be a part of this greater whole, not only the greater whole of the government, but the greater whole of the beings, all creation on our precious planet. And who knows, the universe and the heavens and the earth. And so we say, dear God, we trust you. We place our political problems lovingly in the hands of the Father with a childlike trust, knowing God's will for us is good and only good, and God's will is done. And for those of you who may be feeling so nervous or small or powerless, know that you are here now for a reason. For this you were born. For this you have come into the world, to be a light in the darkest nights, and to let that light of truth and love and peace and power shine fearlessly. There is nothing to be afraid of. So we release and we let go and we let God's will be done right here, right now. Ah, okay. Well, I'm sorry that was kind of a rather heavy start for living on the light side. But you know what? The thing is, it's not always easy to live on the light side. We have to stretch and grow and be. We're not here to be puppets. You know that? We're not here to be puppets. Just because there are commandments for how we're, to conduct ourselves, that doesn't mean we are powerless and anybody pulls our strings. The only one that pulls our strings is God, and God pulls our strings upward. All right, so I know that if you're like me, you feel stress. And those are the things that we are working against, and it is tiring. I want to share a story with you today. Now, this is, I kind of thought of this last minute ish. So it may be a rather bumpy story. It's not my story. This is a book that I highly, highly recommend everybody gets. It is called Who Moved My Cheese? That's what we're going through right now. We're going through a time where our mobility is been, for all rights and purposes, stopped. If we want to be intelligent human beings, if we want to do everything in our power to stop this vicious bug that is attacking us, we so our mobility, we cannot move about the planet as we did. Our finances are being strained. Many people's are, some people aren't. And for those that aren't, I just encourage you with every thread of my being, find someone to give to and give freely, because God is our true source. Freely we receive, freely let us give. I can promise you, I am doing the same. Okay, so what is our cheese? We're going to go back to the book. So the book is a little tiny book. You can knock it off in a couple of hours easily. I'm going to kind of do a little synopsis of it to kind of help you understand. So there's four characters in this book, and they are Sniff and Scurry, who are two mice. And of course, mice are known for loving cheese. Except, just so you know, in my recent mouse challenge that I had a month or so ago, in all my little figuring out how do I make these critters go away, I found out that mice don't really like cheese all that much. So all the people that are putting cheese in the mouse traps and wondering why, they're not catching anything, guess what? The mice spread that rumor. So we have Sniff and Scurry, and we have Hem and Haw. They're little people. Now, Sniff and Scurry and Hem and Haw live in a maze, and there's many dark corners and turns and scary places to go. But it's worth it, because in spite of the corridors and the blind alleys, There are chambers with cheese. Even though they can get lost, it is worth it to keep searching to get that cheese. Our cheese is our health, our freedom, our unity as a government, our strength as a light in the world community, a light that is dim to barely being a spark anymore. So we keep holding that in our prayers. So the cheese, every day they go look. The little people get put on their jogging suits and their running shoes. Now the mice use their instincts and senses, and they go about seeking out that cheese. Now, the little people use their brains. They have a different kind of cheese: happiness, success. So here's the way it works: the mice practice with trial and error. They remember the empty chambers and quickly move on. Sniff, smell out the general direction, scurry, race ahead, and eventually they found their way. Now, the little people have a different way of seeking the cheese. They use their ability to think and learn, and they relied on their complex brains to develop more sophisticated methods. Sometimes their beliefs and emotions caused problems. They clouded the way, complicating everything. Well, there was one particular cheese station they found. It was huge and it was loaded with cheese. Well, they remembered how to get there. Every day they would go and they would nibble on that cheese and enjoy that cheese. There was such an abundance. So once they found the cheese, their procedures changed a little bit. Now, Sniff and Scurry followed the same procedure every day. They would wake up early and race following the same route to get to that big old pile of cheese. They tried they tried running shoes for easy access. They enjoyed cheese, and every day they looked everything over for changes. They wanted to make sure everything was still okay. The little people started the same, but later they knew that cheese was there. They walked slower. They hung up their racing suits. The running suits didn't bother. They put away their shoes for flip-flop slippers and assumed that cheese would be there forever. They were happy, felt successful, and secure. It was their cheese. They moved their homes closer to the cheese. They built a social life around it. They decorated walls with pictures of cheese. Having cheese makes you happy. Okay, the story continues. Snip and Scurry continue their usual daily routine, but Hem and Haw became arrogant. They got fat and waddled home to return every day. Well, all of a sudden, one day, out of nowhere, cheese was gone. The mice put on their running shoes and went off looking for new cheese. Snip, sniffing, scurry, scurrying. Now, the little people arrived late that day. They were oblivious to the changes that had been going on, and they took that cheese for granted. Shocked. Hem had a tantrum. Who moved my cheese? This is not fair. Haw was paralyzed with disbelief and fear. Now, the meaning of the cheese wasn't just food, but it was a sense of well being, happiness. Someone wrote on the wall, the more important to your cheese is to you, the more you want to hold on to it. Sometimes in our lives, we don't even know what our cheese is, okay? Now, let's see. The little people go back and pursue the cheese again. They went back to cheese station C. No, why did they? Where's it going? Hem analyzed over and over. Why did they? What's going on? Haw shut his eyes to block out, didn't want to face depletion. He saw it all at once. Haw opened his eyes, realizing the mice were gone, and he wondered what they knew. So one minute, everybody's at cheese station C, and they're all looking at each other and talking to each other. What happened? And then they close their eyes, they open their eyes, and Sniff and Scurry are gone. So Hem and Haw had a discussion. We're special. This shouldn't happen, or we should get benefits. Haw, why? Hem, because we're entitled. Haw, to what? Hem, to our cheese. Haw, why? Hem, because we did not cause this problem. Somebody else did, and we should get something out of it. Haw, maybe we should stop analyzing and start looking. Hem, no, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Snip and Scurry continued their search. They looked in every station they could find with a single focus, new cheese. Finally, Cheese Station N appeared with a huge supply of cheese. Meanwhile, Hem and Haw thought about Snip and Scurry and wondered if they found cheese. Haw would imagine this for them and for himself, visioning, finding cheese, seeing himself leaving Station C. He says to Haw, Haw says, let's go. Hem says, no, I like it here. I'm comfortable. It's dangerous out there. Haw, no, it's not. We've done it before. Hem, I'm too old for that. I'm not making a fool of myself. It's scary. Haw lost courage and stayed with him in Cheese Station C. Things got worse. Nightmares, hunger, loss of sleep and energy. Each day, Cheese Station C, no cheese. Hem, we have to work harder. Maybe they just hid it behind the wall. The next day, they took tools and they tried to make a hole in the wall, but there was still no cheese. The next day, they made a larger hole. Same thing, no cheese. Haw realized the difference between activity and productivity. Hem said, maybe we should just sit and wait. They sat and waited and no cheese, and they were getting hungrier and hungrier. Haw got an idea. We do the same thing over and over and don't get better. I'm tired of waiting. He searched for his shoes and asked Hem to join him in the maze to find new cheese. Hem would not go. Before leaving, Haw saw himself eating all kinds of good cheese and said to Hem, sometimes things change and they are never the same again. This looks like one of those times. That's life. Life moves on, and so should we. He wrote a note on the wall for Hem, who didn't want to see it. If you do not change, you can become extinct. Haw was very afraid, but stepped into the maze and wrote on the wall. This is very important. You're going to want to write this one down. What would you do if you were not afraid. And he went in. He found bits of cheese here and there, but not much. He was challenged, he got lost sometimes, but it was still not as bad as staying and waiting in Cheese Station C. Haw had let go of the past and was adapting to the present. New cheese, Cheese Station N, sniff and scurry, and the most best cheese ever. He pondered that. He learned from the mice. Keep life simple. Don't assume or complicate. Move with the cheese. Change with the change. They reflected on their mistakes. You are your biggest inhibitor. Nothing gets better until you change. Some fears should be respected. That keeps you out of danger. Most fears are irrational. He thought, what about him? He has to find his own way. Eventually, Hem, out of desperation, left. And eventually, he found the cheese. The most important thing I got out of that story back when I first read it is, what would you do if you were not afraid? We're in scary times. But what would we do if we were not afraid? I think that's something that we have to ask ourselves. What's keeping you from doing what you need to do? Remember what Dale Carnegie said? What's the worst that can happen? Assume that happened. What will you do now? Having a backup plan never hurts. In our challenging times, if we change, if we learn to stay strong, to focus on the fact that there is a power greater than us, and that power, while it's greater than us, is inside of all of us, and that we can work together. We have to know, first of all, we're not alone. There are millions of people out there that feel just like we do. There are scientists that are working on the vaccines. There are technicians and workers that are working to get that vaccine out to us. There are people that are upgrading the vaccines to keep up with the mutations of virus. There are people tending to people and saving lives. And there are people standing by the people who are losing theirs. We are all in this together, my friends. Don't feel alone. I told you this before, and I'm probably going to tell you every day. I look forward to this time so much, because no matter what I'm feeling, no matter what my fears or doubts or sadness are, I can come and be with you, and we can share positive thoughts and stories, and you can tell me what's going on in your life when you wish to respond, even if it's after. Um, so I'd like you to really, first of all, I encourage you to get a copy of the book, Who Moved My Cheese? When I did this in church, I actually used this story at least twice when I left the ministries to move, when I left Virginia for Texas and when I left Texas for Connecticut. Because the people, when the minister's leaving, they feel like their cheese is leaving, like they're good. Your cheese is your good, whatever you consider to be your good. But if, like hem and haw, you don't want to go out and know that there is more cheese out there, Snip and Scurry just got about the business of taking it and saying, okay, let's get about blue cheese. And hem and haw hemmed and hawed, and they were too busy hanging on to what was. We can create a new and better future together We don't have to give up the good from the past. We take the good from the past and bring it with us. And we learn. The bottom line is we're here to learn. And one thing I've learned is no matter what's going on, I can come on here and see your names pop up and feel happy. Even afterwards, when people message me or click that they liked it or whatever, I know you were there with me. And together we make each other strong. We are mutually accountable and collectively responsible. Together we can do whatever we need. Together we create a world that works for all. And it starts right in here. And it starts with the knowledge that our true cheese is all that is good and that it is possible and that we hold that thoughts. Remember when Haw finally decided to leave and he held visions of finding new cheese. So no matter what we're going through right now, maybe sitting at the edge of our chairs, seats, waiting until, to see what this is over, what's going to happen on the 17th. Are there going to be demonstrations and riots? Are people going to get hurt? Stop. Stop. Let's live in this day-tight compartment. It says there is one presence and one power in the universe and in our lives, God, the good, omnipotent. We need to know good is coming no matter what. But for that good to come, both the mice and Ham and eventually Haw learned you can't sit in that cheese station and wait. You've got to get about it. You can be home in lockdown and praying because that is the most powerful thing you can do. But you don't pray like you're begging God. Yes. Okay. From time to time, I beg. Okay. I'm just saying. But positive prayer affirms our energy that good is happening and draws good to us like a magnet. And we always remember what? This or something better, God, because I trust you. Whew. Well, I hope that that felt a little enlightening. So now our time is running out, and I'm going to be doing bread with my boy in just a few minutes. But I thought we'd go back to some more funny text messages because they were a hit the other day. So this is Mom and her daughter. So her daughter is Courtney. So Courtney says, "I hit a bunny, Mom." "Oh no, Easter's canceled. Thanks a lot." "Mom." "Oh my God." "Stop. He ran out in front of me. What was I supposed to do?" "Here comes Peter Cottontail, hopping down the bunny trail. Oh no, here comes Courtney." Splat. Not a very sympathetic mother, I'd say. All righty. Okay. I don't know if I did this one the other day, but it's kind of cute, so I'm going to do it again. This is a dad and child. Okay. Dad starts. "There's lightly fried fish fillets for dinner." "Dad, it's 1:15 a.m. WTF. "Do you want the lightly fried fish fillets or not?" "Well, I mean, yeah." Thought so. Come on downstairs. They're still hot." "Wait, what did you just make them?" "Yes, I wasn't tired, so I decided to make some lightly fried fish fillets." "Say lightly fried fish fillets one more time, Dad." I thought that was cute. Um, okay. Okay, that one's too hard. Okay. Hang on. Let's see. Okay, that one is too hard to read. Uh, okay, let's try this. Can we talk tomorrow? Who is this? Ha! Zach Paradis. From where? LOL. This is a teen. Or is this a teen or did she get a good new number? She got a new number. Can you imagine texting with someone that you don't even know? I think I've done that before. Okay, let's see. Oh, I already did that one. Okay. Okay, this isn't nice. It's a drunk one, but it's funny. Dude, how drunk was I last night? Well, at one point I convinced you to try to bite your own nose. Then what happened? You were rolling around on the floor for an hour screaming, "It's getting away, it's getting away." I hate you more than words can say. Well, nothing like that after a person's had too much to drink. Okay. Uh, okay, so this says, it's from Luke. It says, Luke, I've lost my phone. Babe, I can't find it anywhere. I literally had it a second ago. Now it's gone. What are you doing right now? Texting you? I'm dating an idiot. Hey, that's like when you put your glasses on the top of your head and you forget them. Well, that was pretty silly. I hope something gave you a little laugh there. And that wraps it up. I'm going to hopefully go make bread with the boy. And maybe I'll be able to tell you about it tomorrow. And the blueberry squares, I will make them first, Cheryl. And then I will share the recipe if they came out okay. Oh, by the way, forgot to tell you. You know what I made for breakfast? I made sweet potato pancakes. Oh my goodness. I had to kind of sort of make up the recipe from what I had, but I had this sweet potato and I didn't just want to have a sweet potato for breakfast. And I didn't want oatmeal because, like, I'm totally over that kind of breakfast. So I made sweet potato pancakes and they were so good. And that one little sweet potato gave me enough pancakes so I can have them again tomorrow. So for now, have a great night. Stay happy, and I will look forward to being with you again tomorrow. Take care, my dear friends.